Hello folks, Cesar Perez here with Afford My Health Plan. Today's topic is about 4 scenarios when not to use telemedicine. So in my previous videos, I talked about certain scenarios when to use telemedicine. These are going to be 4 scenarios when not to use it. Number 1 is for preventive physicals. So if obviously telemedicine is not going to be good if you want to have a physical done, because a lot of times when you're having a physical, the doctor comes by, he inspects your body, and he makes sure that everything is fine with you, as well as he talks to you, gets to know you a little bit, and all of that. There's also a certain checklist that they go through, and so it is a little bit harder for you to take care of that when using telemedicine. Another one of the reasons is it does take a little bit longer for you to have a physical than any other type of visit. Usually, most of the time they will strip you down. Somebody will come in, a nurse, take your vitals. The doctor comes in, checks you out, and talks to you for a little bit, and then you're good to go. So number 1 reason when not to use telemedicine is for physicals. So if you're going to have a physical, go to your primary care doctor. They should be able to take care of it, and you'll be fine. Number 2 is in a true emergency. So when I say true emergency is maybe you got shot with an arrow, maybe you got shot with maybe you got a bullet in you, maybe you just can't breathe, and you're really having a hard time breathing. Then in those cases, you definitely want to go to the emergency room. You do not want to rely on telemedicine for that. Don't call your telemedicine doctor if you're really having an emergency. Even a broken hand, they can't really do much. You got to go to the urgent care in that case. And then reason number 3 is going to be if you have certain medications. If you're taking certain medications, like for example, pain medications, and you really can't get those through your telemedicine doctor. Right now, it's 2019, we're moving on 2020. A law just came out in January where they're limiting the amount of supply that doctors are able to prescribe when it comes to pain meds due to the opioid crisis that's going on. So no longer can primary doctors prescribe, or they can, but it's very limited in a very limited scope. Now they have to send you to a specialist. So therefore, telemedicine, if you're calling the doctor through the phone or on the computer or however you're getting a hold of them, you will not be able to get certain medications like pain medications, and also certain drugs certain drugs that that psychiatrists prescribe, like Zoloft, things like that, that are conducive to addiction. Those types of medications are not going to be good. The ones that they will be able to prescribe are going to be things like antibiotics. They'll be able to prescribe that, especially if you have something going on, maybe strep throat or any other type of illness that requires those types of medications. The 4th type, or the 4th reason, or the 4th scenario when not to use telemedicine is if you're going to be refilling your chronic maintenance medication. So chronic maintenance medications would be things like diabetes, high blood pressure. If you have to get them once, it's fine. Like let's say you're traveling and maybe you forgot the medication or you don't have enough, whatever the case might be, you are able to use telemedicine in that regard. That way you can get those maintenance medications, but you don't want to be calling the doctor every single month to get a prescription for your chronic maintenance medication. Number 1, because you do need a doctor that is overseeing results. So you got to go take your lab work do your lab work, and they gotta make sure they're monitoring, make sure that either you're controlled and that you haven't gone off the rails. And so those are the 4 scenarios when not to use telemedicine. Thank you for watching.